Perhaps beginning with a couple of deep breaths just to help you arrive, help your body to settle. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more like that. And then allow yourself to settle into your natural rhythm of breath. So if you can, that will be breathing in through the nose. And it could be breathing out through the nose. So that will give you more of a warming breath. There's quite a lot of sniffles and things going around. So if you're finding that it's tricky to breathe out through the nose, perhaps think of having kind of a paper thin gap between the lips and breathe out through the mouth. Move your awareness from your breath, just beginning to explore the landscape of your body. Start wherever you feel called to, explore in whichever direction or way you feel drawn to. And remembering that exploring is about being curious rather than being judgmental or critical. So we might be mindful of parts, areas, spaces in the body that needs a little bit more care and attention, needs to take it a little bit slower. And that continues throughout our practice. So this connection, this awareness, constantly checking in with our breath, with our body, with the fluctuations of the mind. And what are the fluctuations of the mind? Any thoughts of the past and what's gone, we can exhale and leave to the side, it's done. Any thoughts of future, really things that are unknown, we could exhale, leave to the side. Perhaps our awareness could be almost kind of tunnel visioned into the present. The only place where life exists. Each breath, each sensation of body. And as we start to move, each kind of intentional movement, so our thought could be, I'm stepping my right foot here, I'm placing my left hand there, with whatever we move through in our sequence. If intention speaks to you in the way that you like to set an intention, whether that be a word, a statement, so more of an affirmation, you might place your hands onto the heart space and just use this opportunity to repeat your word or your statement in your mind. And remembering that yoga is like a buffet. So we take the bits that we like, we can choose to leave other bits behind. And that might change from practice to practice. Sometimes we might, feel that the body needs something a bit more physical. Sometimes we might feel that we need something a bit more gentle and spiritual, and all of the different facets in between. So it is such a wide and varied practice. Take from it whatever you need from it today. Let's start to bring a little bit of movement now into the face, the neck, the shoulders. Work your way down the body slowly as you begin to reawaken. And maybe you have a stretch, maybe you have a roll around both, something different. Maybe you have a gentle tap of the body, a little massage of any spaces or places. So let this be, you know, a nice awakening. Sometimes our awakenings are like beep, 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 alarm clock goes off or whatever. Alarm clock, how old school am I? Phone goes off. And then we're like, oh gosh, I gotta get out of bed. So let this be a nice, slow and gentle awakening. When you are ready, let's pop the soles of the feet to the earth. Have a bend to the knees. Bring the arms down by the side of the body. Step the feet about hip distance. Push down through your feet as you inhale. Start to lift the hips up towards the sky. As you exhale, guide the spine all the way down. Take 4 more like that. So just starting to warm up through spine. Strengthening through the feet, the legs. And we're lifting and opening the heart space here. Often in autumn and winter, we can hunch or round inwards and be quite closed in the heart space. So just enjoy this sensation of expansion. After that set, don't rush through it. Let's draw the right knee in towards us. Interlace the fingers around the knee, the shin or back of thigh. Just gently roll through the ankle, give the toes a little wiggle, nice and slowly. And then find a flex of your foot. So curling your toes back towards you, spreading your toes, almost like you have those toe dividers in between the toes. The right knee comes out so we're not pressing into our rib cage too much. We try and keep the shoulder blades to the earth. Keep a flex in that right foot. You might exhale and extend the left leg. It's up to you. If you want to add a little bit more oomph, you could lift the left heel away from the earth. So feel like you draw in with the right side and you push away with that left side, but try not to clench the teeth or lift the shoulders. Breathe in here. You can make it as active or as passive as you wish. You're in control. Let's bring the left knee in to join the right. Give them a little squeeze. And then pop the right foot down. Keep that left knee in. Find an interlace that maybe moves the finger hold along slightly, or maybe you cross opposite thumbs. Have a little curl and a rotate and a wiggle through those left toes. Bringing that left knee out to the side of the body. Find a flex. The right foot could stay to the earth. The right leg could slide away, heel to the earth, or heel lifted away. Softening into upper body. Let's bring the knees both in towards us. You might have a little rock on the spine or hold the knees and kind of roll through the spine. And 2 options to come to your seated position. One could be in a moment to take hold of the backs of the thighs. Give it 2 or 3 rolls up and down the mat. Another could be roll to the right and push yourself into a seat. You decide. So sit nice and tall, just close the eyes for a moment, relax the hands where it feels comfortable. So we feel this sense of the seat really drawn into the earth, the crown of the head up towards the sky. The face, the shoulders, and particularly the belly is soft. So we often have a tendency to kind of draw and hold the belly in. Let it just be soft. There's more space for breath. Come to the breath here, in through nose and out through nose or through mouth. Have that check-in with the body. We've come from the earth, now seated. Anything that we notice. And if our mind has begun to switch on, maybe we bring the hands to the heart, we come to our word or our affirmation, maybe we just come to the breath or a part of the body. And you can pause at any time you want to in the practice and just come back to that. Keep the eyes closed or blink them open, up to you. Breathe in, sweep the fingertips forwards and come all the way up. Join the palms. Breathe out, bring the hands to the heart. Take 4 more like that, just slowly paced with your breath. Keeping the spine tall, the hands at the heart when you're ready. Inhale, fingertips to sky. Exhale, turn to your right, sweep the arms open and then settle the hands down. Push into the back palm, or it might be fingertips, as you lift the spine, and as you exhale, just gently rolling that right shoulder open. Keep the knees nice and soft. As we inhale, we start to turn to center, lift the hands to the sky, join the palms. Exhale, take it to your left. So thinking about that intentional movement where we place the palm or the fingertips, how we breathe in and lift through the spine. And when we breathe out, we might just feel a tiny bit of movement through that left shoulder and upper chest. Inhale to come back to center, join the palms. Exhale, bring them back to the heart. And then we'll meet on hands and knees. So roll forwards or drop the knees to the side. Support your knees with a blanket if you wish. Let's really spread the fingers. Perhaps having shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, but you kind of feel into what is best for you. As we inhale, the belly drops, the heart gently opens, the chin lifts. Exhale, push the hands into the ground, arch the spine, look to the heart. Take 4 more like that in your own breath. No rush. This is slow flow. It's about slowing life down. When you have finished, take the knees wide, draw the big toes together, walk the seat to the heels, have a little movement from side to side. So sink the hips down, bum to heels, and then slide the upper body down onto the ground. If it feels okay, you could extend the fingertips forward, so getting into the lines of the heart, upper body, respiratory system. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Just let yourself come to ground. So our practices as we come to winter, I say winter, it's not really winter, it's autumn, but it feels wintry. And our practices at this time of year are a balance, really. So a downwards, inwards closing energy, that need of kind of hibernation and snuggling, but also to balance it, something with a little bit of fire and ensuring that we're still having an open heart space and an expansion. So really nice balance of kind of yin and yang, if you will. Let's slowly start to unravel. Spread the fingers, come back into tabletop. Tuck the toes as slowly as you can. Keep the hands where they are. Push seat to heels and rise up smoothly into your downward facing dog. So rather than adjust hands, my suggestion is adjust feet. And is there some intentional movement here? So it might be your intention to be still and focus on the breath. It might be that you just bend into one knee, into the other knee, just letting the head be heavy, just kind of feeling out through the hips, the length through the spine. Start to shift the gaze towards the top of the mat, shift your weight forward slightly, and walk or step your toes towards the backs of your wrists. Inhale as you slide the hands to shins or knees, lengthen the arms, legs, spine. Next, exhale, bend the knees, draw the belly to the thighs, let the fingertips dangle. Maybe you're looking to the heart or between the legs, forward fold. Head first or head last. Many breaths as you need, push through the feet. Start to rise upwards. So take your time, have a little roll of the shoulders, a little shake out of the feet if you need it. Come towards the top of the mat, so it's good to have a space to put the hands, roll the shoulders back, take your gaze forwards and then perhaps close down the eyes. So the fingers are still spread, they're nice and active, toes are spread. Softness to upper body, strength to lower body. So we're going to engage a little bit with fire. Quite fitting, our new moon is in a fire sign. And then we'll work our way down to more of a water element. So let's blink the eyes open as we breathe in. We sweep the hands up and join the palms. Breathe out, glide the hands down. When you come to the heart space, bend the knees, fold forwards. Inhale halfway. We've been here just. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale prepares you. As you exhale, stride your right foot back, drop the knee down. Left knee and heel in line. Breathe in, start to rise upwards with the fingertips. Breathe out, just soften the shoulders, and you might draw the biceps back and open the elbows to slightly lift into the heart space. Pause and breathe here, so experience what is happening here. Right down to that front foot, the tips of the fingers, back foot, the spine. So somewhere might call your awareness. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the earth. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, step it into plank. Next, exhale, let's bring the knees to the ground, behind the hips. Relax the tops of the feet. As we breathe in, we shift the shoulders forwards. As we breathe out, we bend the elbows tight to the ribs and lower ourselves down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Just gently lift the gaze in the heart. Tuck the toes. Exhale, seat to heels. Hands where they are. Breathe in. Breathe out. They stay there as we come into downward facing dog. Maybe there is stillness with intention here. Maybe there's movement. So to maybe explain that a little bit better, we're looking at kind of like not fidgeting. And downward dog is a good fidget pose, right? Because it's quite hard and you're like, oh, here again. Ugh. Let's start to shift the weight and the gaze forwards. Step or walk or jump the toes to the backs of the wrists. Inhale, slide up halfway, muster up that strength. Exhale, bend the knees, fall forwards. Head first or last, as many breaths as you need. Push through the feet, rise upwards. Do what feels right there. Then roll the shoulders back, turn the palms forwards. We're gazing forwards or maybe closing our eyes. That moment just to pause on the ground. Perhaps we check in with our breath, with how our physical body feels, with the mind. Let's go for the other side as we blink the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, come down, meet the heart space and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Take a breath in, prepare, breathe out, left foot steps back, knee drops down. Inhale as we sweep up. Exhale maybe just takes us back with a winding of the elbows and a lift of the heart, pausing here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the ground. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, step into plank. Take a breath in here, crown of the head forwards. Breathe out, drop the knees, release the feet. Inhale, shift the body forwards. Exhale, slowly down, working on the biceps. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, baby cobra, toes as you exhale, active child's pose. Inhale, exhale, downward dog, or if you prefer, you could stay in active child's pose. Start to shift the weight and the gaze forwards. Been here before, building muscle memory. Come forwards as you step or walk the feet. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Many breaths as you need, the way that works for you. Rise up. Do what you need to do there. Perhaps if it's have a sip of water or tea. Roll the shoulders back. Turn the palms and the gaze forwards. Maybe close the eyes. Spreading the fingers and the toes, and almost a lift to the heart space. Let's blink the eyes open. We're going to breathe in, sweep the hands up, interlace the fingers, just release your pointer finger, cross the thumbs. So you want to lift through the side body, but we're not kind of like, this is really strenuous. So you might have a little bend in the elbows. Breathe in, point towards the sky. Breathe out, poke your left hip out as you come to your right hand side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side. I'm going to take one more on each side. We breathe in, grow tall. Breathe out into our present moment. Breathing in and out. Inhale to center. Exhale, just release the hands to hips or waist. And step the feet a little bit closer together. Step towards the front of your mat because we're going to turn and come to the side of our mat. So come forward. So you can come onto the tips of your right toes or the ball of the foot. You might lift that right foot away from the earth. Bending into your left knee will help a little bit. You're going to open out through this right hip and be guided by that as we step down the long length of the mat. So we'll turn our toes out and have our heels in. Inhale as you sweep the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands to the heart, goddess. Two more. Inhale. Lengthen arms and legs. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's just hold it here if that feels okay. So if it feels very strenuous, we might just be shifting weight from side to side. See if you can roll your tailbone under a little bit. Feel that work through the inner thighs. Another option could be to lift onto the ball of the right foot. Maybe the left foot. Maybe we're lifting onto the ball of both feet. Place the heels down, lengthen the legs, bring the hands to hips always. Just gazing forwards, take a breath. Left toes turn in, right toes turn all the way to the short edge of your mat. Bend the right knee, sweep the arms wide. You're in your warrior two position. Gaze down the right fingertips. We want to see our right toes as we look down towards the knee. And we're just lifting that back arm. So we've got it nicely in line with the front one. Keep the gaze and the breath nice and strong. Lengthen through that front knee, bring the hands to hips always, but keep a little micro bend if you need it. Our hips are facing towards the long edge of our mat. We take the arms back out and our palms are facing towards the long edge of the mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep this upper body open. Start to bring your right hand down inside your right leg. Trikonasana. Left hand up towards the sky. If that feels like it's just kind of there for no reason, we might put the left hand onto the hip. We might take it behind the back. So it doesn't matter how low down your right fingertips reach. We're looking for a nice open heart space. If you need to, please bend that front knee. So if the back of the knee is like, oh, this is tense, bend the knee. You're going to be facing away from me, but don't worry, you will get to face me again soon. Start to look down towards your right toes. Bring the hands onto the mat. That back leg will go, oh, I need to turn into a lunge position. Step the front foot back, find plank. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pop onto the knees, release the tops of the feet. Inhale, shift the weight forwards. Exhale, come down. Inhale, open in the heart space, roll in the shoulders back. Exhale, push the seat to the heels into active child's pose. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, downward facing dog. I've got everyone's bum in my face. Just what I planned. Start to shift your body weight forward. It's going to help you to step or jump forwards. We've been here before. Inhale, muster some strength to come halfway. Exhale, soften and forward fold. Inhale as slowly as you need to, rise up. Exhale in, roll in the shoulders back. Refined Tadasana. Maybe the eyes are closed. Perhaps you're checking in with your breath. So this is more of a moon salutation that we're working through with a couple of slight adjustments. So Surya, our sun salutation, goes from front to back of short edge of mat. Chandra, our moon salutation, moves down the long edge of the mat. Let's blink the eyes open. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, point that finger upwards, maybe cross the opposite thumb. As you breathe out, push the right hip away, lean left. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, lean right. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hands to hips or waist. Come on to the ball, the tiptoes of the left foot. Maybe you lift the left foot away from the earth. Opening to that left side. Let that knee lead you as you step down the long edge of the mat. Nice. Turning our toes out and our heels in. We've been here before. Nice wide stance. Inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, we bend the knees. We sit into our goddess position. 2 more with your own breath. That last one, we just sit, and perhaps we have a shift of the weight from side to side. Maybe we play with lifting the heels or opening the arms out, bending the elbows. Let's breathe in, extend the legs, bring the hands to hips or waist. We turn the right toes in slightly, the left toes all the way to the short edge of the mat. Hips stay on this long edge of the mat. We sweep the arms open, bend that left knee and find warrior 2. Just adjusting our back arm, really common that our back arm just kind of lags down. See our left toes past that neck. Gazing down the left fingertips. If you feel very steady, you could close the eyes. Take a breath in, extend that left knee as you breathe out, turn the palms forwards. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. So the Utthita bit is the hands, the extension. If you know that doesn't feel intentional, it just feels like it's a hand just waggling around in the sky, maybe take it behind the back or onto the hip. The gaze, the heart, the hips are forwards. Non-easy position. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Take the gaze towards the left toes. Bring the hands down. Inhale, lift that back heel. Exhale, step into plank. Bless you. That was what I call a scoff. It was a sneeze and a cough. I don't even know who it came from. Someone did that right, or is it the ghost? Sorry, we're in plank. Anyhow, bring your knees to Let's take a breath in, shift the weight forwards. Breathing out, bend the elbows as we come down. This time we have an option to draw the hands in towards the rib cage. And as we start to lift the chest, you might find just with a little gentle push, be mindful of the spine, you can get a little bit of leverage. Tuck the toes, push the seat back to the heels, stay in active child's pose if you wish, or rise into your last downward facing dog. And we're going to take 5 breaths here. 2 more deep breaths. Bring the knees to meet the earth. You could bring them closer together or take them further apart, depending on which version of child's pose you prefer. Nozzle the bum to the heels, bringing the body down. The arms might be extended forwards, they might be by the side of the body, they might be supporting your head. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Well done. Perhaps you come back to your breath. Maybe just to check in with how the body feels, or that sensation of just sinking towards the earth with the hips and the head. Maybe you come back to the mind, manas. Perhaps there's a word, an affirmation, or you're just reminding yourself that you're present, you're peaceful, you're exactly where you're meant to be. I'm going to take a couple more breaths here, and then everything is down on the earth. So we've kind of moved through our fire with our standing sequence into the element of wateriness with our moon salutation, and then we'll come to the earth. A little bit of kind of slow, flowy yin, perhaps. Gently beginning to unravel. Of course, if you want to stay there longer, you absolutely can. Let's take a couple of cat and cow. We're going to step our right foot forwards, bring it towards the right edge of your mat. So you've got this nice space to place the hands in between. You might want to use your block, see how you feel. Take a breath in, just lift the head and the heart. As you breathe out, we're allowing our upper body to gently droop down inside that right knee. So we're not forcing this to happen. You could use blocks to place the elbows, the hands. Feel this really truthfully in your own body. Last thing you want to do is get an injury through yoga. Maybe your right toes turn outwards. Maybe your hip allows you to come onto the right outside edge of the foot. This doesn't have to be still. So if you feel like a little bit of motion forwards and backwards or kind of circular would help, then allow that to happen. Couple more breaths. As we breathe in, we start to lift the gaze, press the hands into the earth, turn those toes forward, step that foot back. Let's come to the other side. So we start in our lunge, we inhale to find some space, we exhale, maybe toes turn out, maybe we explore the outside edge of the foot. This is why it's important to ignore everybody else, because everybody's body is different. Let the facial features soften. If you let the head relax, as long as that works okay for you and your neck and your upper spine, it can be a really nice ligament stretch for the back of the neck. Offers us a little bit more time here. So rather than more of our flowy practice that we've just been in, we've got some time and space here to explore. Last couple of breaths. Let's come onto the hands, turn the toes forwards and extend that leg back. Perhaps you cross the ankles behind you and flip yourself over. And then we'll bring the legs out in front of us. So see if you can sit, just kind of really feel into the sit bones and a little bit forwards with your hip tilt, because it will help you in your fold. You could absolutely bend the knees. You could bring blocks or a bolster underneath the knees. We're going to lead with the heart. So we breathe in and really kind of puff the chest forwards. As we breathe out, we're leading with the heart. And then we can allow our head to soften. You could keep a flex to the feet, which makes it a little bit more yang. If you feel like, oh, I want to be a bit more yin, soften the toes, let the spine really round. That takes it from our forward fold into our caterpillar position from yin. Not forgetting that we could breathe in and find a little bit of lift. Breathe out and fold forwards. Nice and gently roll yourself back and find a comfortable seat. So it could be that this feels comfortable. It might be that you come into butterfly. It might be that you cross the legs or you kneel. And just start to close out the eyes or soften the gaze. So it's important we let the belly be soft here and we let the spine be tall. Just going to take a short breathing practice. It's also important that you don't force it. So when we breathe deeply, we want to breathe to kind of what we feel is, that's the height of my breath, and that's the release, rather than like, I can force it, I can breathe in, I can breathe in, I can breathe in. So we're going to first try a certain breathing pattern. If in honesty you're like, that feels a little bit too much for me on the breath in or out, we can change it. So we're going to try and breathe in now for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 1, 2. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it again in your own time. 4, 2, 6. If that feels a little bit too much, maybe we try breathing in for 3, holding for 1, breathing out for 4 or 5. So find your rhythm. Keep a focus on that. Excuse me. Just let your soul focus be on the breath. If anything comes to disturb you, you take a breath in, you breathe it out, you come back to your rhythm. Take a couple more rounds. If it doesn't feel like it works for you, just in and out, deeper breath, or just be aware of your natural breath. Take one more round from beginning to end if you're still working with a rhythm. After that, just a deep breath in and a deep breath out through nose or mouth. And let your natural breath return. So even if you manage one rhythm or one round, that's really good. Like breathing practices are quite a tricky part of yoga for a lot of people. Let's take an inhale, reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. We exhale, we take it over the head, draw the right ear towards the right shoulder. keeping the face, the heart, the hips forwards. Gently bring the head to center, release the hand at the side. Inhale, left fingertips to sky. Exhale over the head, just gently drawing down. Relaxing the jaw, the teeth. Maybe you can sense, feel a little bit of tension through the jaw, down the side, into the shoulder, often where we store it. Let's bring the head back to center. As we exhale, let the chin come to the chest. And as we inhale, come through center, lift the chin to sky. You might need to open your mouth, have a little bit of space there. Breathe out, close the lips, come back to center. And start to gather what you need and make your way down onto the ground. So again, this transition is kind of intentional. So we've come into full circle to make our way back to the earth. So do whatever it is you need to do. Have whatever it is you want to have close by. If you feel that you are ready for an early Shavasana, go for it. Last few shapes will be quite nice, sort of restorative shapes anyway. You might want your bolster, might not. You might want a blanket. Bend the knees, place the feet to the earth. So that way, when we meet the earth, we can kind of enjoy the experience of the whole of the spine meeting the earth. And in this cyclical way of things, nature, ourselves, the moon, we're returning back a little bit full circle here. So we're going to come back into our bridge position. Set the feet up, the chin is tucked into the chest, the arms are supporting you by the side of the body. Push through the feet, breathe in, lift the hips. Breathe out, lower down. You could repeat that 4 more times, or you might want to work on lifting and holding your bridge, whether that's with the clasp of the hands, drawing the clasp to the heels, tucking the shoulders under, or somehow else. If you're holding, gently release. Let's push down through the feet to slide the hips over to the left. Let the knees drop to your right. And you might stack them. You might cross them. You might lift them higher or lower. See if we can keep the upper body nice and open. Let your head drift in whichever direction serves you. Maybe let the eyes start to close or your blinking becomes slower. Slowly returning the head and the knees to center. Plant your feet down. Give yourself a grounding breath. And then smoothly start to shift over to the other side. Find the position that works for you there. Let's draw that right knee open, adjust the spine slightly, bring the soles of the feet together, find butterfly. Maybe your hands are drawn to the hips, the groin, the belly, the heart, wherever. What feels best for you? Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, when the hips open, the spine softens. And you might choose to stay here for a couple more breaths. There might be something else that speaks to you. Start to draw the knees together if you're not there already, and slide yourself into Shavasana, whether that is back of body, any lower back issues, and I would suggest a bend to the knees or a bolster for support. You could come onto the side of your body. You're welcome to roll over and then come to a seat. So find what is best for you. Take your time, make sure you are warm. Let the hands and the arms just drift either onto the body or by the side of the body. If there's anything else you need, give me a wave. You know, within reason. I have no money, so don't even ask. And maybe you've already closed the eyes, or you start to blink slowly and let them close. So this is wintering, you know, this is rest, this is death almost, as much as that might be confrontational to hear. This is corpse pose. But this also gives us that opportunity to reawaken, to go back into the world, maybe with a new perspective, maybe feeling a bit calmer. And last month in some of the classes, you might have been here, you might not, we listened to the chant of Om Shanti, which is the chant of peace. And this month we're listening to a chant that's called Loka Samasta. And the words in the chant, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, roughly translate to may all beings be happy and free, and may the words, thoughts, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to this. So there is nothing you need to do. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Just allow the chant to wash over you, to help you to relax. Beginning to deepen your breath. Becoming aware of how your breath feels, how your body feels, and any fluctuations of the mind. And really slowly beginning to awaken. Perhaps bringing some movement to the face, the neck, the shoulders. Allow that to seep down into the body, right the way into the tips of the toes and the soles of your feet. Perhaps you stretch or you roll, whatever feels best. And just be mindful of who and what is in your space as you guide yourself over to the side of your body. Take a little moment there. Excuse me. Push it into the earth, slowly rising upwards. Maybe the eyes are closed or your gaze is low and soft. You sit nice and tall. And an invitation to bring the hands and place them to the heart. You might join the palms at the heart space. And we finish our practice just with a single chant of Om, the universal sound. You're welcome to hum, just to listen. This is about vibration and connection more than it is about singing. We'll take a breath in a moment, and as we breathe out, we inhale. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, let the chin drop to the chest. Take a little bow to yourself, thanking yourself, body, breath, mind, perhaps spirit and soul, if that's your body. We bow and thank each other. And of course, thank you for trusting me to guide you. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark within you. Namaste. Thank you. Okay.